Hey everyone, it's Kim and thanks for stopping by Bookmarks and Breadsticks. I actually filmed the intro of this video a couple weeks ago with the rest of the content and then realized in editing I had a lovely giant hunk of food in my teeth. So here we are refilming it, no makeup on, but better than a giant chunk of food in my teeth. So today I'm gonna take you on a bookshelf tour, and by bookshelf we have 5 different bookshelves in this house. Some of the books are Dan's, most of them are mine, but sit back and enjoy, and welcome to Bookmarks and Breadsticks. So first, this should be a shelf that you guys recognize. This is my wrapped TBR shelf. So these are books that I am my backlog that I am trying to get through. As you can see, I've also gotten more books in 2021 and I have started to wrap them. Books that are not wrapped right now, these are fiction food books, which I have a video coming out of my fiction food book TBR. I have a couple from Black Voices, How to Be an Anti-Racist, things I want to get through. And these are books transparently that I still need to wrap. So these 3, 4, 5, these 5 are food nonfiction, sorry, that I still need to wrap. I want to be accountable and continue to wrap books even as I get them. This is my buddy read in April with Amanda at the Curly Reader, and fiction and a nonfiction book that's outside of food, so I'm not going to wrap it. So this is bookshelf 1. There is approximately 100 books on this shelf. At least 85 of them I still need that were on my TBR, and now we're going to be adding a couple more. So yeah, bookshelf number 1. Let me show you a couple. So this is a fiction book I'm really excited to read. This is The Rib King by Lady Hubbard. I have talked about this in other wrap-ups, but it's a fiction book that I've been hearing from a lot of people outside of like the food community that are very excited about it. It's Black Voices. If you haven't already seen the video, Black, White, and the Gray is the book I'm buddy reading in April. That's actually my last buddy read I have scheduled. So if anybody feels like buddy reading with me, any of these fiction or nonfiction books, you know who to call. I do have a couple bookish stickers. This one's my little sister. She actually makes all of the Toasty stickers that I have in my Read and Eat box. If you don't know who Toasty is, he is my mascot. In the Land of Men by Adrienne Miller is a memoir that came out in 2018 about the publishing industry. I used to work in film and television, so I'm sure that agency life is something I will resonate with. How to Be an Anti-Racist. I've been listening to it as an audiobook, but I do have a copy of it, a hard copy. My friend sent me a care package that included ramen noodles and Let's Make Ramen. So this is a cookbook. I obviously don't need to read it for any TBR. I just haven't found space for it, and you'll see why as we head over here. I know my house is a little bit of a mess. So this is my makeshift Booktube Studio. This is my light box, which it's plugged into my husband's computer, which I don't think is on, so it's not gonna light up. Yeah, it won't light up. This is where I post my pictures for my Instagram feed. This can be flipped out for other colors. It has this little port right here so you can see inside, which is pretty cool. So these are the books that are currently on my March TBR. I'm buddy reading American Cuisine with Rosie. We're about 5 chapters through. I have Persepolis, which is a carryover book, but I'm taking my time. Savoir Faire is one of the books that Rakuten Books and the University of Chicago Press sent to me, so I really want to get this done to get a review out for them. And The Monk of Mocha is a nonfiction book I've just been reading, which I think I bought on Independent Bookstore Day. And like, just look at how pretty this cover is. I just can't get over. Very few covers make me as excited as this one does, and you can feel the texture too. Other books on this table are books. You can also actually see some of the stuff from Read It and Eat for the summer box I was shooting, which is exciting. This is a caramel sauce made by Coops. It's a small group, all natural, gluten-free. It's going to be in the summer box, which is, come on, there we go. It's in the summer box, which is now available for pre-order. These are books I've acquired in March. So part of these are books, it's obviously International Women's Month, and I wanted to talk about a couple of female food critics. One is Gail Simmons from She, excuse me, she was the host of Top Chef Just Desserts. She's also a judge on Top Chef. She is from Canada. Gail Simmons. Gail Green is another much more established food writer. She is in her late 70s. This is her memoir, Insatiable. It came out in the 90s. Ooh, oh goodness, sorry, something's falling. I want to try and edit this as minimally as possible, show you what an authentic vlog is like in my world. I actually just won these 2 books in an Instagram giveaway. Thanks again. So this is Hooked and Just Eat. Barry Estabrook, I know from Tomatoland, which was a book that made one of my top 20 reads. And Michael Moss, I know the name, but I actually haven't read a lot of his books. Food, Free Will, and How the Food Giants Exploit Our Addictions. So it's probably all about sugar. Oh, he does the #1 best-selling author of Salt, Sugar, Fat. Oh, shocker to no one. This is The Big Oyster. I actually got this at an open book 50% off sale, and was one of the books I mailed to my mom to give to me for Christmas, but they actually ran out of stock of the book after I ordered it, so they couldn't send it. So I happened to find this at another bookstore. I plan on giving this to my mom and saying, give this to me for my birthday, just like I had originally planned. Poison Squad. One Chemist's Single-Minded Crusade for Food Safety. And finally, Fruit Hunters, which is apparently now a feature-length documentary, which makes me very excited to read. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's not great for my TBR. This is my book cabinet. I guess I can show it to you when it's shut, but it used to be a wardrobe, and I bought it and upcycled it and had it made into bookshelves. So as you can see, I have a lot of engagement pictures, a lot of food writing books. I also keep a lot of other food paraphernalia in here. Ooh, what's a book I can pull out and talk about? Hotbox by Matt and Ted Lee. This is inside the catering world. I really like this book. It was nice to have dual perspectives from brothers, and also just another part of the food world that doesn't get a lot of attention. Michael Pollan is one of the OGs of the food world. Ruth Reichel is another female food writer that you should know about. I have all of her books. As we get to these lower shelves, these are all the books that I own from that edible series, which I have a whole video about. I just got my 2 new ones, Whiskey and then Avocado. This one's Avocado. So as you can see, the books have started to change colors, and I'm actually not that excited about it. I kind of liked when they were all yellow, but that's okay. This little section right here are actually autographed books. So David Chang, another Ruth Reichel book. This is a fiction book, Darius the Great is Not Okay. Ritz and Escoffier, Killing It, and Where I Came From, and The Best of Food Writing 2019. Samin Nosrat signed that for me because she was the editor for it. These are 2 more books that I haven't found a place for. They fit, I just need to, it's called shifting, you know, when you have to move books over and move them down here. And then down here is my collection of cookbooks. I have received many cookbooks as gifts from people, and I love you all so much for sending them to me. I just don't cook right now, in the sense that I'm a meal prepper and I'm an athlete, so I haven't gone into food books like to cook something extravagant. So yeah, let's close this baby on up. This is probably my favorite piece of furniture. Every city I've moved to, I've gotten a new piece of furniture made. So as we back up, this is the cabinet for all of my books. And really quickly, this is a military crate that was used for ammunition that was converted into a coffee table, and I love it. I got this in Buffalo, New York. It's one of the first pieces of like adult furniture I ever bought for myself. So we've done 2 different bookshelves, that one over there, this one, 2 piles of books, and in the living room we will finish with these floating shelves. These are all Dan's books. I'm really proud to say that, you know, we've been together 8 years now. We got married in September, and I'd like to think that my reading obsession has rubbed off on him. Okay. Oh, hi, Hamilton. My cat's probably very pissed I'm waking him up with that light. I'm sorry. Hi, beautiful. Oh, he just ate, so he's tired. Okay, so in the bedroom, we have this other bookshelf I bought for Dan. He was starting to stack all of his books like this right next to his nightstand, and our cats, if you own cats, you know, they like to play at night, so it got real dangerous. So these are also Dan's books. He is very much into science fiction and fantasy, mostly science fiction. So when you guys, you know, a lot of the booktubers I follow read science fiction and fantasy, like I take your recommendations seriously. I bring those recommendations to Dan. He also reads a lot of manga. I read manga too. I think one of his favorite things, I don't know if it's going to show up, it's a little dark in here. I got him the full manga of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds by Hayao Miyazaki. So if you've seen the movie, get these tomes. They're awesome. American Gods is down there. A Brief History of Vice he's reading. He starts a lot, I don't know how he does it. He starts a lot of books and then he's able to put them down. I can't do that. Here, Save the Deli is a book that he and I are reading out loud together. We're a little over halfway done, and then he's got two other Terry Brooks books in here. So this is The Office, and you can stay right there. This top shelf is all cookbooks. These are cookbooks. These are books from the film industry. I used to work in film and entertainment, so I have books on everything from new queer cinema to Intern Nation. A really great book is the 11 Billion Year, and it's inside of Sundance and Hollywood blockbusters. I also have a couple other miscellaneous books, like I have Brene Brown, I have Adulting, I have Anna Kendrick's memoir, I have the first volume of Miss Marvel. And then these books down here are books that Dan and I have collected through our business school years. I have some Farsi books, learning my dad's language, some startup books, and then these are a lot of Dan's books also. Chuck Palahniuk, more James Corey. Manga! Manga. My manga's back at my parents' house. I can't wait till when we move into our first home in about a month and a half, and we can just add all of our book collection to one place. And finally, this is the last bookshelf. This is actually a door that was cut in half and put together. You can tell because the doorknob's still here, which is awesome. So obviously this shelf is not conducive to putting a lot of books on it, but all of my YA fiction are on here. So mostly Sarah Dessen, more Sarah Dessen, John Green. I love Sarah Dessen. I've been reading her since I was a little girl. And yeah, that's all of the bookshelves, I think, in the house. Trying to find good light. Let's spin. All right, well, that was my organized chaos of a bookshelf tour. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know if I should check in a couple of months, or maybe when I move into my new home in the first week of May, I can give you guys a new bookshelf tour because the house is gonna be different, new, and exciting. If you haven't already, I would love for you to hit like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and if you wanna follow me on Instagram where you can see more of what I'm currently reading, I also have that linked in the description. Be well, wear a mask. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.